This audiobook reveals the ancient truth. Sleep is not an ending, but the sacred beginning of miracles. Each night you enter the oldest temple known to humankind, where your dreams weave tomorrow's reality. The sleep of miracles is your guide to mastering this hidden art of creation. The Sleep of Miracles. Introduction. Sleep is the first temple ever given to humankind. Long before altars were raised in stone or sacred texts inscribed on tablets, there was the nightly descent into silence, the passage where the body rests in stillness while the soul journeys beyond the veil. The ancients whispered that slumber is not rest alone, but a holy pilgrimage, a return to the secret chamber where creation begins anew. In this book, you are invited to cross that threshold. Each night becomes an altar, each dream a living prayer written in the hidden language of the soul. The potter's wheel teaches how the softened mind can be shaped by intention. The weaver's loom reveals how twilight thoughts are golden threads binding today with tomorrow. The astronomer's sky reminds us that every cycle of sleep mirrors the heavens, aligning with the hours when miracles flow most freely. The merchant, the healer, the lighthouse keeper, the perfumer, all echo the same truth. Sleep is the gateway between worlds. In its tender embrace, healing deepens, desires are planted, and forgotten powers stir awake. What effort cannot force by day, the spirit accomplishes with ease in the night, for it is in surrender that the greatest transformations unfold. So as you listen, imagine sleep not as an ending, but as a sacred beginning. Each time you close your eyes, you step into the ancient sanctuary of renewal, where unseen hands polish your intentions, restore your being, and weave the fabric of your tomorrow. Each dawn is proof of sleep's alchemy. You awaken remade, carrying within you the invisible miracles born in darkness. Let these teachings remind you, every evening is an initiation, every slumber a sacred ritual, and every dream a seed of creation. To master sleep is to master the hidden art of life itself. The Temple of Dreams awaits. Shall we enter? But before we begin, please hit the like button and let me know where in the world you're watching from today. It's always fascinating seeing who's joining us from around the world. Part 1. Foundations of Sleep's Sacred Power. Chapter 1. The Merchant's Discovery. In the bustling markets of ancient Damascus, where the air shimmered with spice-laden heat, Christopher Martinez carefully packed his collection of rare aromatics. As a traveling merchant dealing in the most exotic fragrances from distant lands, he had learned to distinguish the subtlest variations in scent. Yet he could not have known that his greatest discovery would come not through his nose, but through his dreams. One sweltering afternoon, his caravan strayed from the traditional trade routes, leading him to a hidden oasis where ancient date palms whispered secrets to the wind. There he encountered an aging oracle, her eyes the color of desert lightning, who sat beside a smoking brazier of mysterious herbs. "You who trades in the invisible," she called to him, "come learn of the most precious essence of all." Christopher approached cautiously, his merchant's curiosity piqued. The oracle gestured to her brazier, where tendrils of fragrant smoke wrote ephemeral messages in the air. Just as these vapors appear solid yet cannot be grasped, she taught, your mind becomes most receptive when it approaches the borders of sleep. It is there, in that sacred twilight state, that intentions may be planted like seeds in fertile soil. To demonstrate, she took a handful of sand and let it flow between her fingers into a copper bowl of water. "Watch closely," she instructed. As the sand settled, it formed perfect patterns beneath the surface. Your thoughts, just before sleep claims you, settle into the depths of your consciousness in exactly this way, creating patterns that will shape tomorrow's reality. Christopher spent 7 nights at the oasis, learning the ancient art of intention setting through the threshold of sleep. He discovered that consciousness, like the finest incense, becomes most potent when it hovers between states, neither solid nor vapor. This wisdom now passes to you. Each night as you prepare for sleep, your mind becomes sacred ground, ready to receive the seeds of tomorrow's miracles. Here is how to cultivate this fertile soil. Practice of the sacred ground. 1. As you lie down, imagine your consciousness as fine sand, settling into perfect patterns. 2. Breathe deeply, allowing your awareness to hover like incense smoke. 3. State your intention 3 times, each time softer than the last. 4. Let your final thought be the gentle certainty that as you sleep, your intention takes root. 5. Release all effort, allowing sleep to water these seeds of transformation. Remember, just as Christopher learned that the most valuable essences are invisible to the eye, your most powerful transformations occur in the unseen realm between waking and sleeping. Trust in this process, for as surely as dawn follows dusk, your intentions planted in sleep's sacred soil will blossom into tomorrow's reality. Chapter 2. The Potter's Wheel. In the shadow of Babylon's hanging gardens, where clay vessels held the sweet waters that fed the ancient wonder, Jessica Sullivan sat at her potter's wheel as the evening star emerged. Unlike other artisans who shaped only vessels, Jessica had learned to shape reality itself through her craft's sacred wisdom. Her master, an ancient potter whose hands bore the memory of 10,000 forms, had shared a secret on his deathbed. "The mysteries of creation are revealed in the wheel's turning," he had whispered. Just as clay yields to gentle hands in the quiet hours, so does consciousness become most moldable as day surrenders to night. One evening, as Jessica worked by lamplight, she noticed how her clay responded differently in the hushed moments before darkness fell. The material seemed to possess an otherworldly plasticity, as if reality itself had softened. Remembering her master's words, she began to observe the parallel between her craft and the nature of consciousness. The mind, she realized, like clay upon the wheel, becomes most pliable in the gentle turning between waking and sleeping. She discovered that intentions shaped during these twilight moments would hold their form, just as clay preserves the potter's touch after firing. To demonstrate this truth, she would gather apprentices at dusk, seating them before wheels in her lamplit workshop. "See how the clay resists harsh force," she would show them, "yet yields to patient fingers. Your desires must be shaped the same way as you approach sleep's kiln." She taught them to prepare their consciousness as carefully as they prepared their clay, removing impurities, centering perfectly, applying gentle but firm intention. Too much force, she cautioned, and reality becomes rigid with resistance. Too little, and your desires lose form in the firing. This ancient wisdom now passes to you. As you prepare for sleep each night, approach your consciousness as a master potter approaches their wheel. The practice of sacred shaping. 1. Center yourself in quiet mindfulness as clay centers on the wheel. 2. Let your desired reality flow through gentle, sure intention. 3. Shape your thoughts with patient fingers of awareness. 4. Trust sleep to fire your shaped intentions into permanent form. 5. Release your creation to the kiln of night's transformation. Remember, just as Jessica discovered that twilight holds special power for shaping clay, your consciousness becomes uniquely moldable as you approach sleep's threshold. In this sacred space, reality is as soft and responsive as fresh clay, waiting for your masterful touch to shape tomorrow's wonders. Trust in this process, for just as every vessel begins as formless clay, every miracle begins as a carefully shaped intention in the potter's workshop of your mind. Chapter 3. The Lighthouse Keeper's Secret. High atop the ancient cliffs of Alexandria, where the great lighthouse pierced the night with its eternal flame, Michael Rodriguez tended the sacred beacon that guided ships through treacherous waters. Unlike other keepers who saw only their duty to the flame, Michael had discovered a profound truth in his solitary vigils. One storm-racked night, as he climbed the tower's spiral stairs with his oil lamp, he noticed how its flame never truly disappeared as he moved between the lighthouse's chambers. Rather, its light simply illuminated different spaces as he ascended, much like consciousness itself as it transitions through various states of awareness. The revelation came when he reached the mighty beacon at the tower's crown. There, the ancient mechanism created light so powerful it could pierce the darkest storm. Yet Michael realized that even this great flame was no different in essence from his humble lamp below, only in its focus and intensity. Consciousness, he wrote in his keeper's journal, is like the eternal flame. It never truly dims, but rather shifts its illumination to different realms as we enter sleep's chambers. To demonstrate this wisdom, he would guide rare visitors up the tower's winding stairs at dusk. "Observe your lamp's flame," he would instruct. "Though it seems to illuminate less as we approach the great beacon above, has it actually diminished? Or has your attention simply shifted to the greater light?" In time, Michael learned to maintain awareness of both lights simultaneously, the small flame in his hand and the mighty beacon above. This mastery revealed to him how consciousness could remain awake to both physical and dream realms, illuminating miraculous possibilities in each. This ancient lighthouse wisdom now reaches across time to guide you. As you prepare for sleep, remember that your awareness, like the eternal flame, never truly extinguishes. The practice of the eternal flame. 1. As you lie down, imagine yourself as the lighthouse keeper ascending the tower. 2. Notice how your consciousness, like the lamp's flame, simply shifts its focus. 3. Allow your awareness to rest in the space between waking and sleeping light. 4. Maintain gentle recognition that your inner flame continues burning through the night. 5. Trust that while your daily mind rests, your deeper beacon illuminates miracle-manifesting realms. Remember, just as Michael discovered that light never dies but only changes chambers, your consciousness remains eternally alive through sleep's depths. In this understanding lies the secret of accessing deeper realms where miracles are born, even as your physical self rests in darkness. For like the great lighthouse, you too contain both the humble lamp and the mighty beacon. Let sleep be the tower where both lights serve their perfect purpose. Chapter 4. The Weaver's Pattern. In the misty highlands of ancient Scotland, where morning fog wove silver threads through heather-covered hills, Amanda Thompson sat at her sacred loom within the ancient stone circle. Unlike ordinary weavers who worked only with wool and flax, Amanda had learned to weave the very fabric of reality through her mystical craft. Her grandmother, before passing into the spirit realm, had shared the secret of the pattern. "Life itself is a great tapestry," she had whispered, her gnarled fingers tracing invisible designs in the air. "And dreams are the golden threads that bind today's reality to tomorrow's manifestation." One autumn evening, as Amanda worked by candlelight, she noticed how her threads seemed to glow with an inner light when she wove during the hushed moments before sleep claimed the world. The wool transformed beneath her fingers, shimmering with possibilities that transcended mere cloth. Studying this phenomenon, she discovered that consciousness itself could be woven like finest thread, especially in the sacred time between sunset and starlight. Dreams, she realized, are not mere shadows of day, but the very shuttle that weaves our deepest intentions into the fabric of tomorrow. To demonstrate this truth, she would gather seekers as twilight descended, seating them before small looms in her candlelit chamber. "Watch how the thread knows its path," she would show them, "when guided by gentle intention. Your desires must be woven with the same patient certainty as you approach sleep's loom." She taught them to prepare their thoughts as carefully as they prepared their wool, carding away doubts, spinning smooth threads of possibility, weaving with steady purpose. "Your nighttime thoughts," she counseled, "are threads that will appear in tomorrow's tapestry. Choose their colors wisely." This ancient wisdom now passes to you. As you prepare for sleep each night, approach your consciousness as a master weaver approaches their loom. The practice of sacred weaving. 1. Clear your mind of tangled thoughts, like carding fresh wool. 2. Spin your intentions into smooth, strong threads of purpose. 3. Weave your desires with gentle, steady focus. 4. Trust sleep to complete the pattern you've begun. 5. Release your creation to the night's mysterious loom. Remember, just as Amanda discovered that twilight holds special power for weaving reality, Your consciousness becomes uniquely receptive as you approach sleep's threshold. In this sacred space between day and night, you weave the very fabric of tomorrow's miracles. Trust in this process, for just as every magnificent tapestry begins with a single thread, every miracle begins as a carefully woven intention in the pattern work of your mind. Chapter 5. The Astronomer's Vision. In the silent desert of ancient Chaldea, where the stars blazed like divine jewels against endless night, Joshua Martinez kept his solitary vigil atop the great ziggurat. Unlike other astronomers who merely tracked celestial bodies, Joshua had discovered the sacred rhythms that governed the flow of miracles through time. His mentor, before ascending to join the constellations he so loved, had whispered a celestial secret. The stars are not merely lights, but the cosmic timekeeper's clock. Their dance marks the moments when the veils between desire and manifestation grow thinnest. One night, as Joshua charted the moon's passage through the houses of heaven, he noticed how his consciousness seemed to expand and contract with the lunar phases. During the new moon's darkness, his intentions felt like seeds planted in cosmic soil. As the moon waxed, his desires grew stronger, until the full moon's light revealed paths to manifestation he'd never before perceived. "The heavens," he wrote in his star charts, "are not mere observers of our hopes, but active participants in their fulfillment. Each celestial cycle opens specific gateways through which different miracles may flow." To demonstrate this wisdom, he would guide seekers to his observation platform during key lunar phases. "See how the moon pulls not only the tides," he would explain, "but the very currents of possibility. Your intentions must be timed to these cosmic rhythms." He taught them to align their miracle working with the celestial calendar, planting seeds of intention during the new moon, nurturing growth through the waxing phase, celebrating manifestation at the full moon, and releasing during the wane. "The stars themselves," he counseled, "will amplify your desires when you work in harmony with their cycles." This ancient wisdom now reaches across time to guide you. As you prepare for sleep, remember that you rest beneath the same eternal stars. The practice of celestial timing. 1. Before sleep, notice the current phase of the moon. 2. Align your intentions with the natural rhythm of the cycle. 3. During new moons, plant fresh seeds of desire. 4. Through waxing moons, nurture and expand your visions. 5. At full moons, open fully to receive manifestation. 6. In waning times, release what no longer serves. Remember, just as Joshua discovered that miracles flow more freely when aligned with heaven's timing, your sleep intentions gain power when synchronized with cosmic rhythms. Trust that the same stars that guided ancient seekers still illuminate your path to manifestation. For like the eternal dance of the spheres, the perfect timing of your miracle awaits in the starlit chamber of night. Chapter 6. The Healer's Garden. In the misty valleys of ancient Chang'an, where moonflowers bloomed like pearls in the night, Sarah Rodriguez tended her sacred healing garden. Unlike other herbalists who harvested by day, Sarah had discovered that certain plants held their deepest medicine only in darkness. Her greatest treasure was a hidden courtyard, where rare night-blooming flowers opened their petals to the stars. These mysterious blooms, she learned, possessed healing properties that manifested only during the dream hours, when both plant and person surrendered to sleep's transformative embrace. One evening, as she prepared her healing elixirs by lantern light, she noticed how the midnight jasmine seemed to pulse with an inner luminescence, matching the rhythm of her sleeping patient's breathing. Observing this phenomenon, she discovered that healing accelerated when she aligned her preparations with nature's nocturnal rhythms. "The body," she wrote in her healer's grimoire, "is like my night garden. Its most profound restoration occurs in darkness, when conscious tending gives way to sleep's secret blooming." To demonstrate this wisdom, she would guide the ill to rest beside her moonlit herbs. "Watch how these flowers open," she would whisper, "not despite the darkness, but because of it. Your healing follows the same pattern. Its deepest work unfolds in sleep's gentle shadow." She taught them to plant intentions of wellness in their consciousness, like seeds in fertile soil, trusting night's mysterious alchemy to nurture transformation. "Healing," she counseled, "is not forced by daylight's will, but unfolds naturally in sleep's sacred garden." This ancient wisdom now flows to you through time. As you prepare for rest, approach your healing like a tender of night-blooming remedies. The practice of nocturnal healing. 1. Imagine your consciousness as a moonlit garden. 2. Plant specific seeds of healing intention in its soil. 3. Water them with gentle breath and acceptance. 4. Trust sleep's darkness to nurture their growth. 5. Know that dawn will reveal their transformative flowering. Remember, just as Sarah discovered that certain medicines only manifest in darkness, your deepest healing occurs in sleep's mysterious realm. In this sacred space, every cell awakens to its own restoration, guided by the wisdom of ancient rhythms. For like the night-blooming flowers that open to starlight, your healing potential reaches full expression in the tender garden of dreams. Let each night become your healing sanctuary, where miracles blossom like midnight flowers under the nurturing canopy of sleep. Chapter 7. The Scribe's Revelation. In the hallowed halls of Alexandria's great library, where papyrus whispered ancient secrets in candle-lit chambers, Matthew Sullivan served as keeper of sacred texts. Unlike ordinary scribes who merely copied words, Matthew had discovered that certain writings held the power to bridge worlds between evening's last light and morning's first ray. His discovery came on a night when the moon cast silver shadows across his writing table. As he prepared to seal away his scrolls, his quill accidentally brushed fresh ink across an empty papyrus just as sleep began to cloud his mind. The next morning he found his drowsy writings had manifested with uncanny precision. The moments before sleep, he recorded in his private codex, are when the vast library of all possibility opens its doors. What we write then becomes instructions the universe cannot help but fulfill. Intrigued, Matthew began experimenting with nighttime writing rituals. He observed that messages penned in the sacred twilight space acted like seeds planted in fertile soil, growing into reality as naturally as desert flowers after rain. To demonstrate this wisdom, he would gather seekers in the library's quiet corners as evening approached. "See how the ink flows more freely as day surrenders to night," he would show them. "Your intentions must be written with the same liquid grace as you approach sleep's threshold." He taught them to compose their desires with the precision of a master scribe, each word chosen with care, each intention sealed with purpose. "The subconscious mind," he counseled, "reads these twilight messages like sacred scrolls, translating them into tomorrow's reality." This ancient wisdom now unfolds for you. As you prepare for sleep, approach your intentions like a sacred scribe, preparing important declarations. The practice of twilight writing. 1. Keep papyrus or journal beside your sleeping chamber. 2. As sleep approaches, write your intentions with calm clarity. 3. Seal each writing with conviction and gratitude. 4. Trust the night to translate your words into reality. 5. Release your message to the vast library of infinite possibility. Remember, just as Matthew discovered that twilight writings held special power, your bedtime intentions carry unique creative force. In these precious moments between consciousness and dreams, you write tomorrow's reality with tonight's thoughts. For like ancient scrolls that preserved wisdom through ages, your nightly writings become sacred instructions for manifestation's mysterious alchemy. Let each evening become your scribe's desk, where miracle messages flow from your pen into the infinite library of all possibility. Chapter 8. The Musician's Harmony. In the mist-shrouded mountains of ancient Tibet, where prayer flags whispered secrets to the wind, Jennifer Anderson wandered from monastery to monastery with her treasured guqin, a seven-stringed zither whose ethereal tones were said to bridge worlds. Unlike other musicians who played merely for entertainment, Jennifer had discovered that certain harmonies could align the sleeping mind with universal frequencies of manifestation. Her revelation came during a moonless night at the Temple of Celestial Sound. As she plucked her instrument's strings with drowsy fingers, she noticed how different notes seemed to resonate with various levels of consciousness. The deeper she drifted toward sleep, the more her music appeared to tune reality itself. Each string, she noted in her silk-bound songbook, vibrates at the frequency of a different desire. But only when consciousness grows quiet can these vibrations fully penetrate the veil between wanting and having. To demonstrate this wisdom, she would gather seekers as twilight painted the mountains purple. "Listen," she would whisper, playing a subtle melody. "Your intentions are like music. They must be tuned to the precise frequency of manifestation." She taught them to align their evening thoughts like notes in perfect harmony. The first string represented current reality, the second their desired outcome. As sleep approached, she showed them how to slowly bring these frequencies into resonance, letting the vibrations merge into manifestation's perfect chord. "The universe itself," she would explain, is an endless symphony. Your dreams become reality most easily when they vibrate in harmony with cosmic music. This ancient wisdom now sings across time to guide you. As you prepare for sleep, tune your consciousness like a sacred instrument. The practice of harmonic manifestation. 1. Settle into evening's quiet melody. 2. Feel your current situation as one note. 3. Hold your desire as a complementary tone. 4. Let sleep gradually harmonize these frequencies. 5. Trust the night to orchestrate their perfect blending. 6. Allow universal rhythms to conduct your transformation. Remember, just as Jennifer discovered that certain harmonies bridge realities, your sleep intentions resonate most powerfully when aligned with cosmic frequencies. In the space between waking and dreams, your consciousness naturally attunes to manifestation's symphony. For like music that transcends all barriers, the harmony of your miracle already plays in the infinite orchestra of possibility. Let each night become your concert hall, where desire's melody merges with reality's rhythm in sleep's perfect orchestration. Chapter 9. The Baker's Rising. In the shadow of ancient Damascus, where spice-laden winds carried the scent of possibility through torchlit streets, Daniel Thompson worked his miracle each dawn in the temple bakery. Unlike ordinary bakers who saw only flour and water, Daniel had discovered that bread-making held secrets of universal transformation. His revelation came during a particularly challenging night shift, as he watched his dough expand in the warmth of banked coals. Half dreaming in the pre-dawn quiet, he realized that miracles, like bread, required perfect conditions and patient trust to rise. The mysteries of manifestation, he wrote in flour-dusted notes, mirror the alchemy of baking. Both transform most powerfully in the warm darkness of surrender, when we trust the unseen process of expansion. In the sacred hours before sunrise, Daniel would prepare 2 batches of dough. One he would work constantly, disrupting its natural rise. The other he would set in perfect conditions, then step back in complete trust. Without fail, the undisturbed dough would rise to magnificent heights, while the overtended batch remained flat and dense. To share this wisdom, he began inviting truth-seekers to watch his pre-dawn ritual. "Observe," he would say, gently folding intentions into his dough. "Just as bread requires specific conditions to transform, your desires need sleep's sacred space to expand into reality." He taught them that conscious mind was like yeast, active and vital, but requiring rest to work its magic. "Your evening thoughts," he counseled, "are like well-kneaded dough. Place them in the warm darkness of sleep, and trust the universe's perfect timing. This ancient wisdom now rises fresh for you. As you prepare for rest, approach your intentions like a master baker preparing sacred bread. The practice of miraculous rising. 1. Gather your desires like precious ingredients. 2. Knead them with purpose and clear intention. 3. Create perfect conditions in your consciousness. 4. Place them in sleep's transformative warmth. 5. Trust the natural expansion process. 6. Awaken to find your miracles fully risen. Remember, just as Daniel discovered that bread rises best when left in perfect trust, your intentions expand most powerfully during sleep's undisturbed hours. In this sacred space, manifestation works its quiet magic without the interference of conscious effort. For like dough that transforms in darkness, your desires naturally expand in the fertile warmth of dreams. Let each night become your miracle bakery, where intentions rise like sacred loaves in sleep's perfect proving chamber. Trust that dawn will reveal the magnificent expansion of your well-prepared dreams. Chapter 10. The Blacksmith's Forge. In the volcanic valleys of ancient Anatolia, where Earth's molten heart bubbled close to the surface, Ashley Garcia worked her metalcraft in a sacred forge carved into living rock. Unlike common blacksmiths who shaped only metal, Ashley had discovered that the forge's transformative heat could permanently alter the very substance of reality. Her revelation came during a sweltering summer night, as she dozed between hammering strikes on a ceremonial blade. In her half-dreaming state, she observed how metal, like consciousness, passed through distinct phases of transformation, heating, shaping, and cooling into permanent form. The mysteries of manifestation, she later carved into her anvil's base, mirror the sacred art of metalworking. Intentions must be heated with emotion, shaped with purpose, then cooled in sleep's quenching waters to become permanent reality. To demonstrate this wisdom, she would invite seekers to her forge as evening approached. "Watch," she would say, thrusting raw iron into glowing coals. "See how the metal resists change while cold, yet becomes perfectly moldable when sufficiently heated." She taught them that desires, like metal, required 3 phases of transformation. First, the heating through emotional power. Second, the precise shaping through focused intention. Finally, the crucial cooling during sleep, when the new form becomes permanent. "Most fail," she would explain while working her bellows, "because they attempt to forge cold intentions, or neglect the essential cooling phase when transformations set permanently." This ancient wisdom now glows before you. As you prepare for sleep's transformative quenching, approach your intentions like a master blacksmith preparing sacred metal. The practice of spiritual forging. 1. Heat your intentions with genuine emotion. 2. Shape them precisely while energetically malleable. 3. Trust sleep to cool and set your transformations. 4. Maintain perfect stillness during the setting phase. 5. Awaken to find your intentions hardened into reality. Remember, just as Ashley discovered that metal's transformation required perfect timing and trust, your intentions need sleep's cooling chamber to set permanently. In these sacred hours, the day's emotional heating and conscious shaping crystallize into unchangeable form. For like metal that remembers its shaping through fire, your desires emerge transformed from sleep's quenching depths. Let each night become your spiritual forge, where heated intentions cool into miraculous manifestations under sleep's master crafting. Trust that dawn will reveal the permanent transformation of your well-forged dreams. Part 2. Pathways of Transformation. Chapter 11. The Mapmaker's Journey. In the mountain kingdom of ancient Nepal, where peaks pierced clouds and valleys held secrets older than time, Ryan Martinez crafted sacred maps unlike any others. While ordinary cartographers traced only physical terrain, Ryan had discovered how to map the invisible pathways between desire and manifestation. His revelation came during a moonlit night as he studied an ancient scroll showing the rivers of possibility, mystical currents that flowed strongest during sleep's deepest waters. Half dreaming over his parchments, he noticed how his consciousness began charting courses through these ethereal territories. The mystery of manifestation, he inscribed in his Atlas of Dreams, follows the same principles as navigation. Just as travelers need precise maps to reach distant shores, our desires require clearly charted paths through sleep's sacred waters. To share this wisdom, he would gather seekers in his candlelit tower as evening stars emerged. "Observe," he would say, unrolling a shimmering map traced with starlight ink. "Each desire is a distant harbor. Sleep is the vessel that carries us there. But first we must chart our course with perfect clarity." He taught them to create soul maps before sleep, marking their current position and desired destination with crystalline precision. "Most wander lost," he explained while adjusting his celestial compass, "because they launch their dreams without proper navigation charts." Using precious inks that glowed like captured starlight, he showed them how to trace the exact routes their miracles would travel. The subconscious, he revealed, follows these mapped intentions like a ship follows the North Star. This ancient wisdom now illuminates your path. As you prepare for sleep's transformative journey, approach your intentions like a master cartographer charting sacred waters. The practice of miracle mapping. 1. Clear your mental parchment in evening's quiet. 2. Mark your present position with complete honesty. 3. Chart your desired destination in precise detail. 4. Draw the connecting path with confident strokes. 5. Trust sleep's currents to carry you along your mapped course. 6. Allow dream winds to fill your manifestation sails. Remember, just as Ryan discovered that precise maps guide travelers true, your evening intentions chart the course through sleep's miraculous waters. In these sacred hours, your consciousness naturally follows the paths you've drawn with clarity and purpose. For like stars that guide ships through darkest nights, your well-mapped desires lead straight and true through dream's infinite oceans. Let each night become your navigation chamber, where intention's compass points ever toward your chosen shore. Trust that dawn will find you anchored in the harbor of your well-charted dreams. Chapter 12. The Alchemist's Formula. In the hidden valleys of ancient Alexandria, where sacred knowledge whispered through candlelit chambers of brass and glass, Stephanie Rodriguez worked mysteries deeper than ordinary alchemy. While others sought to transform base metals, she had discovered the precise formula for transmuting leaden thoughts into golden realities. Her breakthrough came during a moonless night as she studied the curious way her consciousness shifted between waking and sleeping. In her laboratory lined with bubbling vessels, she noticed how thoughts, like elements, changed properties when combined with sleep's mysterious catalyst. The ultimate transformation, she recorded in her leather-bound codex, requires not physical elements, but the perfect ratio of intention, surrender, and sleep's sacred essence. To demonstrate this wisdom, she would invite truth-seekers to her chamber as evening incense filled the air. "Watch closely," she would say, mixing colored liquids in crystal vials. "See how separate elements remain unchanged until the final catalyst is added? So too do our intentions require sleep's sacred formula to transmute into reality." She taught them that manifestation, like alchemy, followed exact proportions: 3 parts clear intention, 2 parts emotional charge, and 1 part complete surrender, all dissolved in sleep's transformative elixir. "Most fail," she explained while adjusting her brass scales, "because their formula lacks precision. They add too much effort or too little trust, disrupting the delicate balance of transformation. This ancient wisdom now awaits your experimentation. As you prepare for sleep's alchemical chamber, approach your intentions like a master chemist mixing sacred elements. The practice of spiritual transmutation 1. Measure your intention with crystal clarity. 2. Add emotional essence in perfect proportion. 3. Dissolve resistance in surrender's solution. 4. Allow sleep to serve as the final catalyst. 5. Trust the natural process of transformation. 6. Awaken to find base thoughts transmuted to golden reality. Remember, just as Stephanie discovered that precise formulas guarantee transformation, your evening practice requires perfect balance to ensure miraculous results. In these sacred hours, sleep's mysterious catalyst transforms your well-measured intentions into manifest gold. For like elements that change their very nature when properly combined, your desires transmute through sleep's perfect alchemy. Let each night become your transformation chamber, where leaden limitations dissolve into golden possibilities. Trust that dawn will reveal the miraculous transmutation of your well-formulated dreams. Chapter 13. The Shepherd's Guidance. In the mist-shrouded highlands of ancient Caledonia, where velvet hills rolled like waves beneath star-scattered skies, Brian Anderson tended his flock with wisdom beyond ordinary shepherding. While others merely guided sheep to pasture, he had discovered that consciousness itself moved like flocks seeking safe harbor. His revelation came during an autumn twilight, as he watched his sheep naturally flowing around obstacles rather than forcing their way through. Half dreaming in the gloaming light, he observed how thoughts, like sheep, required gentle guidance rather than harsh command. The art of manifestation, he carved into his weathered staff, mirrors the sacred way of shepherding. Desires must be gently guided toward fertile valleys, never driven with force, and always trusted to find their perfect path. To share this wisdom, he would gather seekers as evening shadows lengthened across the heath. "Observe," he would say, using his crook to subtly redirect a wandering ewe. See how she naturally chooses the easier path when shown, yet resists when pushed. He taught them that desires, like sheep, followed three principles of movement. First, the gentle suggestion of direction. Second, the patient holding of space. Finally, the complete trust in natural unfolding. Most fail, he would explain while gathering his flock for nightfall, because they attempt to force their dreams like wolves chasing prey, rather than guiding them like shepherds leading to shelter. This ancient wisdom now unfolds before you. As you prepare for sleep's transformative pastures, approach your intentions like a master shepherd guiding precious flocks. The practice of sacred shepherding. 1. Gather your desires with gentle attention. 2. Point them toward fertile valleys of possibility. 3. Create safe space for natural unfolding. 4. Trust the innate wisdom of their movement. 5. Allow sleep to guide them to perfect manifestation. 6. Awaken to find your flock safely gathered in reality's pasture. Remember, just as Brian discovered that sheep find their way when gently guided, your intentions naturally manifest when shepherded with wisdom and patience. In these sacred hours, sleep tends your well-guided desires like a vigilant shepherd watching by starlight. For like flocks that instinctively move toward greener pastures, your dreams naturally flow toward their perfect expression. Let each night become your guiding meadow, where intentions graze peacefully in sleep's fertile valleys. Trust that dawn will reveal the perfect gathering of your well-shepherded dreams. Before we get into the next chapter, you can download a free ebook version of this audiobook using the link in the pinned comment below this video. Chapter 14. The Architect's Blueprint. In the alabaster city of ancient Persepolis, where geometric gardens mirrored celestial patterns and columns reached like prayers toward heaven, Michelle Garcia designed structures unlike any others. While ordinary architects drafted only physical buildings, she had discovered how to blueprint miracles into manifest reality. Her insight came during a twilight meditation beneath the sacred dome of measurements, where golden ratios spiraled in perfect harmony. Studying how dreams took shape in sleep's workshop, she realized that manifestation followed the same precise principles as architecture. The science of miracles, she inscribed in her papyrus scrolls, requires detailed blueprints drawn by the conscious mind before sleep begins its master construction. To demonstrate this wisdom, she would gather seekers in her drafting chamber as evening shadows lengthened the sundial's mark. "Notice," she would say, unrolling intricate plans drawn with mathematical precision. Just as no great temple rises without detailed plans, no miracle manifests without proper spiritual architecture. She taught them that every desire required 5 essential elements: foundation of clear purpose, pillars of unwavering belief, walls of protective practice, windows of infinite possibility, and a dome of divine connection. Most fail, she explained while adjusting her golden compass, because they attempt to build castles in dreams without first creating proper blueprints in consciousness. This ancient wisdom now guides your creation. As you prepare for sleep's construction site, Approach your intentions like a master architect designing sacred spaces. The practice of miracle architecture. 1. Clear your drafting table of mental clutter. 2. Draw your desire's foundation with precise detail. 3. Erect pillars of faith at cardinal points. 4. Frame windows opening to unlimited possibility. 5. Crown your creation with divine connection. 6. Allow sleep's builders to follow your perfect plans. Remember, just as Michelle discovered that precise blueprints guarantee magnificent structures, your evening designs ensure miraculous manifestation. In these sacred hours, sleep's master builders follow your consciousness-crafted plans with perfect accuracy. For like temples that rise stone by stone from well-drawn plans, your desires construct themselves through sleep's architectural wisdom. Let each night become your drafting chamber, where intentions transform into detailed blueprints for tomorrow's miracles. Trust that dawn will reveal the perfect construction of your well-designed dreams. Chapter 15. The Fisherman's Net. Along the misty shores of ancient Ceylon, where pearled waves whispered secrets to patient listeners, Kevin Thompson cast nets unlike any other fisherman. While others sought only fish from the depths, he had discovered how to harvest miracles from sleep's vast ocean of possibility. His revelation came during a phosphorescent midnight tide as he watched how his nets, suspended in dark waters, gathered abundance without his conscious effort. Half dreaming in his wooden boat, he realized that intentions, like nets, could be cast into sleep's mysterious depths to gather dreams. The secret of manifestation, he carved into his boat's worn gunwale, lies not in chasing desires, but in casting well-woven nets of intention into night's deep waters, allowing universal currents to fill them with possibility. To share this wisdom, he would gather seekers at twilight as silver fish began their evening dance. "Observe," he would say, casting a net that opened like a lotus upon the waters. "See how it gathers abundance not through force, but through patient allowing." He taught them that miracle catching, like fishing, followed 3 sacred principles: the weaving of clear intention, the proper casting into fertile waters, and the trust in night's gathering tide. "Most fail," he explained while mending his nets by starlight, "because they thrash about in life's waters trying to grab their desires rather than setting proper nets and allowing abundance to gather naturally." This ancient wisdom now flows before you. As you prepare for sleep's fertile waters, approach your intentions like a master fisherman setting sacred nets. The practice of miracle gathering. 1. Weave your nets with threads of clear intention. 2. Cast them gently into sleep's deep waters. 3. Allow universal currents to fill your nets. 4. Trust the natural gathering of abundance. 5. Release all need to control the process. 6. Awaken to find your nets full of manifested dreams. Remember, just as Kevin discovered that well-set nets gather abundance effortlessly, your evening intentions naturally collect miracles while you sleep. In these sacred hours, consciousness becomes like phosphorescent waters, illuminating the perfect catch of possibilities. For like fish that swim into waiting nets during darkest night, your desires gather themselves through sleep's mysterious tide. Let each evening become your sacred fishing ground, where intentions suspended in dream waters collect tomorrow's miracles. Trust that dawn will reveal the perfect gathering of your well-cast dreams. Chapter 16. The Jeweler's Polish. In the crystal caves of ancient Lanka, where light danced through countless facets of earth-born stars, Tiffany Sullivan practiced an art beyond mere gem polishing. While others simply smoothed rough stones, she had discovered how to polish intentions into brilliant manifestations. Her insight came during the darkest phase of the moon, as she watched how gentle, patient pressure transformed clouded crystals into radiant jewels. Half mesmerized by candlelight refracting through her works, she realized that desires, like gems, required careful refinement to reveal their true brilliance. The mastery of manifestation she etched onto her polishing wheel mirrors the sacred art of the jeweler. Each dream begins as rough potential, awaiting patient hands to reveal its inner light. To share this wisdom, she would gather seekers in her lamp-lit workshop as evening settled into the caves. "Watch closely," she would say, holding a clouded crystal to her wheel. "See how forcing creates only heat and friction, while gentle persistence reveals perfect clarity." She taught them that desire polishing, like gem craft, followed 4 sacred stages: the recognition of inner potential, the patient application of refined pressure, the careful removal of obscuring layers, and the final revealing of natural brilliance. "Most fail," she explained while examining a stone by candlelight, "because they attempt to force rapid transformation rather than allowing dreams to polish themselves through sleep's gentle refinement." This ancient wisdom now sparkles before you. As you prepare for sleep's transformative workshop, approach your intentions like a master jeweler refining precious stones. The practice of sacred polishing. 1. Select your rough intention stone with care. 2. Apply gentle pressure through focused attention. 3. Allow sleep to smooth away obscuring doubts. 4. Trust the natural emergence of inner brilliance. 5. Maintain patient persistence without force. 6. Awaken to find your desires polished to perfection. Remember, just as Tiffany discovered that gems reveal their light through gentle persistence, your evening intentions naturally clarify through sleep's patient polishing. In these sacred hours, consciousness becomes like a master's wheel, smoothing rough dreams into brilliant reality. For like crystals that transform through countless tiny refinements, your desires perfect themselves through sleep's mysterious artistry. Let each night become your sacred workshop, where intentions suspended in dreamlight polish themselves into tomorrow's jewels. Trust that dawn will reveal the perfect brilliance of your well-refined dreams. Chapter 17. The Merchant's Inventory. In the bustling bazaars of ancient Damascus, where fortune flowed like spiced honey through countless hands, Justin Rodriguez practiced a form of commerce beyond mere trading. While other merchants counted only coins and goods, He had discovered how to multiply miracles through gratitude's compound interest. His revelation came during the evening accounting, as he traced his finger down columns of gains and losses in his leather-bound ledger. Half lost in the gentle scratch of his quill, he realized that thankfulness, like capital, grew exponentially when properly invested in sleep's sacred vault. The mathematics of manifestation, he inscribed in his merchant's journal, follows the divine principle of compound appreciation. Each evening's gratitude multiplies through night's mysterious calculations. To demonstrate this wisdom, he would gather seekers in his counting house as market crowds thinned and evening prayers echoed through narrow streets. "Observe," he would say, opening his book of accounts. "See how each entry of thankfulness creates returns far greater than the initial investment." He taught them that miracle multiplication, like merchant craft, followed three sacred principles: the careful accounting of present blessings, the investment of sincere appreciation, and the trust in sleep's compound returns. "Most fail," he explained while weighing golden thoughts on his scales, "because they focus only on what they lack rather than investing gratitude in what they already possess." This ancient wisdom now opens its ledger before you. As you prepare for sleep's sacred accounting, approach your blessings like a master merchant taking evening inventory. The practice of gratitude, investment. 1. Open your heart's ledger with quiet reverence. 2. Count each blessing with careful attention. 3. Invest deep appreciation in every entry. 4. Trust sleep's mysterious multiplication. 5. Release all anxiety about returns. 6. Awaken to find your thankfulness compounded into miracles. Remember, just as Justin discovered that gratitude grows through night's divine calculations, your evening appreciation naturally multiplies while you rest. In these sacred hours, consciousness becomes like a merchant's abacus, counting blessings into abundance. For like coins that multiply through wise investment, your thankfulness compounds itself through sleep's miraculous treasury. Let each night become your sacred counting house, where appreciation invested in dream vaults returns tomorrow's miracles. Trust that dawn will reveal the perfect multiplication of your well-counted blessings. Chapter 18. The Gardener's Seasons. In the hanging gardens of ancient Persepolis, where seasons danced through terraced splendor, Amber Martinez tended sacred grounds unlike any other gardener. While others planted only for visible harvest, she had discovered how to cultivate miracles through sleep's shifting seasons. Her insight came during the transition between autumn and winter, as she watched how dormant seeds gathered strength beneath frozen soil. Half dreaming among sleeping roses, she realized that different desires, like various plants, required specific seasonal conditions to flourish. The cycles of manifestation, she carved into her cedar staff, mirror nature's sacred rhythm. Each miracle seed requires its perfect season of sleep to bloom into reality. To share this wisdom, she would gather seekers at dusk as the garden prepared for night's embrace. "Notice," she would say, gesturing to beds of winter jasmine glowing in twilight. See how some dreams flower only in darkness, while others need spring's gentle awakening. She taught them that miracle growing, like gardening, followed the 4 sacred seasons: winter's deep dreaming, spring's new beginnings, summer's full blossoming, and autumn's grateful harvest. Most fail, she explained while spreading moonflower seeds by starlight, because they plant all desires in the same season rather than honoring each dream's natural time of growth. This ancient wisdom now blooms before you. As you prepare for sleep's fertile garden, approach your intentions like a master gardener tending seasonal dreams. The practice of sacred seasons. 1. Recognize your desire's natural growing season. 2. Plant healing seeds in winter's deep rest. 3. Sow new beginnings in spring's dream soil. 4th, nurture abundance through summer's peak energy. 5. Harvest transformation in autumn's release. 6. Trust each season's perfect timing. Remember, just as Amber discovered that gardens flourish through seasonal wisdom, your evening intentions naturally grow through sleep's changing cycles. In these sacred hours, consciousness becomes like fertile soil, nurturing each dream in its perfect season. For like flowers that bloom according to nature's timing, your desires manifest themselves through sleep's mysterious gardening. Let each night become your sacred growing ground, where intentions planted in dream soil follow tomorrow's natural rhythm. Trust that dawn will reveal the perfect flowering of your well-timed dreams. Chapter 19. The Oracle's Pool. In the sacred valley of ancient Delphi, where mountain springs whispered prophecies to those who knew how to listen, Megan Anderson tended the reflecting pools unlike any oracle before her. While others gazed only into the future, she had discovered how time rippled in both directions through sleep's sacred waters. Her revelation came during a moonless night, as she watched falling leaves create expanding circles across her pool's obsidian surface. Half entranced by the intersecting ripples, she realized that each moment was connected to all others, like waves touching every shore at once. The nature of time, she etched onto her silver bowl, flows like water in sleep's infinite pool. Each intention ripples both backward to heal what was and forward to shape what will be. To demonstrate this wisdom, she would guide seekers to her sanctuary as evening mists rose from the valley. "Observe," she would say, touching the pool's surface with a ceremonial feather. "See how each ripple travels both ways from the point of contact? Your sleep intentions do the same through time." She taught them that time healing, like water reading, followed 3 sacred principles: the perfect stillness of mind, the gentle touch of intention, and trust in sleep's ability to carry healing ripples across time's vast waters. "Most fail," she explained while arranging sacred crystals around her pool, "because they believe time flows in only one direction, rather than understanding sleep's power to touch all moments at once. This ancient wisdom now reflects before you. As you prepare for sleep's temporal sanctuary, approach your intentions like a master oracle tending time's sacred waters. The practice of time ripples. 1. Still your mind like an undisturbed pool. 2. Hold your healing intention with gentle focus. 3. Let it touch sleep's reflective surface. 4. Trust the ripples to reach both past and future. 5. Release attachment to when healing occurs. 6. Awaken to find time's waters transformed. Remember, just as Megan discovered that intentions ripple through time's pool, your evening thoughts naturally heal across all moments while you rest. In these sacred hours, consciousness becomes like sacred water, touching every shore of your existence. For like ripples that spread in perfect circles, your healing intentions touch all moments through sleep's mysterious depths. Let each night become your sacred pool, where dreams suspended in time's waters wash tomorrow's miracles into yesterday's wounds. Trust that dawn will reveal the perfect healing of your well-rippled intentions. Chapter 20. The Warrior's Surrender. In the mist-shrouded mountains of ancient China, where bamboo forests whispered secrets of inner power, Jeremy Garcia commanded the emperor's most elite warriors, while other generals sought strength through dominance. He had discovered a deeper truth, that true power flows only through perfect surrender. His revelation came after decades of battle, as he watched leaves dancing effortlessly in mountain winds. Exhausted from years of forcing his will upon the world, he observed how the gentlest bamboo bent with storms while mighty oaks shattered in resistance. The paradox of power, he carved into his sword hilt, lies not in conquest, but in letting go. True victory comes when we surrender to sleep's ancient wisdom. To share this understanding, he would gather his warriors at twilight as temple bells echoed through valleys. "Watch," he would say, releasing a handful of autumn leaves. "See how they accomplish perfect movement not by fighting the wind, but by yielding to its flow." He taught them that miracle-making, like martial arts, followed the way of water. Yielding yet powerful, soft yet unstoppable, surrendering yet ultimately victorious. "Most fail," he explained while demonstrating the form of yielding bamboo, because they grip their desires too tightly rather than trusting sleep's gentle current to carry them to shore. This ancient wisdom now flows before you. As you prepare for sleep's sacred surrender, approach your intentions like a master warrior releasing perfect control. The practice of warriors yielding. 1. Lay down the sword of forcing. 2. Breathe into complete acceptance. 3. Release all need to control outcomes. 4. Trust sleep's infinite wisdom. 5. Surrender to the night's healing flow. 6. Awaken to find victory through yielding. Remember, just as Jeremy discovered that power flows through surrender, your evening release naturally creates miracles while you rest. In these sacred hours, consciousness becomes like flowing water, unstoppable precisely because it never forces its way. For like bamboo that dances with the storm, your surrendered intentions move through sleep's mysterious currents. Let each night become your practice ground, where dreams yield to universal flow and manifest through perfect acceptance. Trust that dawn will reveal the profound power of your well-surrendered heart. Part 3. The Arts of Manifestation. Chapter 21. The Painter's Canvas. In the hidden valley of ancient Kashmir, where rainbow mists painted the dawn each morning, Rachel Thompson mixed colors unlike any other artist of her time. While others decorated temple walls with scenes of what was, she had discovered how to paint what would be, using sleep as her living canvas. Her insight came during a midnight vigil, grinding precious lapis and gold beneath a crescent moon. As dream-heavy eyes watched pigments swirl in their stone bowls, she realized that consciousness itself was like paint, fluid and formless until given shape by intention's brush. "The art of becoming," she wrote in her vermilion-stained journal, "flows from evening's palette into morning's masterpiece. Each night provides a fresh canvas for tomorrow's reality." To share this wisdom, she would gather apprentices as sunset gilded the mountains. "Observe," she would say, swirling cosmic patterns with water on sun-warmed stones. "See how the images fade with drying? So too do our waking efforts dissolve unless fixed by sleep's permanent pigments." She taught them that reality painting, like art making, required three sacred elements: the pure intention of the artist, the perfect receptivity of the canvas, and the mysterious alchemy of the night to set the colors permanently. "Most fail," she explained while preparing her nighttime meditations, "because they try to paint on day's busy canvas rather than utilizing sleep's pristine surface where anything is possible. This ancient wisdom now unfolds before you. As you prepare for sleep's artistic sanctuary, approach your intentions like a master painter preparing the perfect creation. The practice of sacred painting. 1. Clear your canvas of day's scattered images. 2. Mix your intentions with emotion's rich colors. 3. Apply your desires with inspiration's fine brush. 4. Allow sleep's darkness to set the pigments. 5. Trust the night to perfect your creation. 6. Awaken to find your masterpiece manifested. Remember, just as Rachel discovered that night transforms mental paintings into morning's reality, your evening visions naturally develop while you rest. In these sacred hours, consciousness becomes like liquid gold, ready to be shaped into tomorrow's treasures. For like pigments that seep into parchment, your visualized intentions sink into sleep's mysterious depths. Let each night become your sacred studio, where dreams painted on darkness's canvas emerge as tomorrow's living masterpiece. Trust that dawn will reveal the perfect artistry of your well-visioned heart. Chapter 22. The Sailor's Current. In the ancient port of Alexandria, where trade winds carried whispers of distant shores, Stephen Martinez mastered the hidden currents that other sailors never saw. While fellow captains fought against the waves, he had discovered how to read the secret flows that moved fastest in the deepest waters. His revelation came during a starless night, when his ship drifted helplessly in a dead calm. As he watched dolphins gliding effortlessly beneath the surface, he realized that while the top waters stood still, powerful currents continued flowing in the depths below. The mystery of movement, he carved into his captain's log, lies not in forcing your way forward, but in finding the current that already flows toward your destination. To demonstrate this wisdom, he would take new sailors to the harbor's edge at midnight. "Notice," he would say, dropping a feather onto still waters. See how it moves swiftly despite the quiet surface? Your sleep intentions travel the same way through night's hidden streams. He taught them that miracle catching, like seafaring, followed three eternal principles: trusting the unseen currents, surrendering to their natural flow, and knowing that the strongest movements happen in the deepest waters. Most fail, he explained while adjusting his sextant to the stars, because they splash about in life's surface waters rather than allowing sleep's powerful currents to carry their dreams. This ancient wisdom now flows before you. As you prepare for sleep's oceanic journey, approach your intentions like a master navigator reading invisible tides. The practice of current riding. 1. Still yourself like calm waters. 2. Feel the deep currents of intention. 3. Release your dreams into their flow. 4. Trust sleep's invisible movement. 5. Allow the night tide to carry you. 6. Awaken to find yourself transported. Remember, just as Stephen discovered that unseen currents move faster than visible waves, your evening intentions naturally flow toward manifestation while you rest. In these sacred hours, consciousness becomes like deep ocean currents, silently powerful beneath life's surface. For like waters that connect all shores, your surrendered intentions travel through sleep's mysterious depths. Let each night become your sacred voyage, where dreams drift on cosmic currents toward morning's miraculous harbors. Trust that dawn will reveal the perfect journey of your well-navigated heart. Chapter 23. The Librarian's Scrolls. In the labyrinthine depths of Alexandria's greatest library, where shadows danced between towering shelves of ancient wisdom, Cristina Rodriguez guarded scrolls unlike any others. While fellow librarians cataloged histories of what had been, she curated the infinite collection of what could be. Her discovery came during a moonless night, as she dozed among stacks of prophecies and possibilities. Half dreaming, she watched in wonder as characters lifted from their parchments, swirling and recombining into new stories that had never been written. The Library of Becoming, she inscribed on a fresh scroll, opens its endless shelves only when consciousness floats between waking and dreams, when sleep allows us to browse the cosmic catalog of all possibility. To share this mystery, she would guide seekers through candlelit archives at dusk. "Observe," she would whisper, running her fingers along sleeping scrolls. "See how the parchments pulse with potential stories. Your dreams reach into the same infinite library each night." She taught them that reality reading, like librarianship, required 3 sacred elements: knowing exactly what wisdom you seek, surrendering to sleep's guidance through the stacks, and trusting that morning would reveal the perfect passages for your path. "Most fail," she explained while arranging her evening reading, "because they search only the finite shelves of waking thought rather than browsing sleep's limitless archives of possibility." This ancient wisdom now unfolds before you. As you prepare for sleep's sacred library, approach your intentions like a master librarian accessing infinite knowledge. The practice of cosmic browsing. 1. Clear your mind like empty shelves. 2. Formulate your seeking question. 3. Trust sleep's guidance through the stacks. 4. Allow wisdom to choose you. 5. Absorb night's infinite teachings. 6. Awaken with perfect passages revealed. Remember, just as Christina discovered that sleep opens doorways to all possible knowledge, your evening questions naturally find answers while you rest. In these sacred hours, consciousness becomes like an infinite reading room where every dream reveals new chapters of possibility. For like scrolls that hold countless stories, your seeking mind connects to sleep's mysterious archives. Let each night become your sacred library, where dreams browse endless shelves of potential until morning illuminates the perfect passages for your path. Trust that dawn will reveal the profound wisdom your well-read heart discovered in sleep's infinite library. Chapter 24. The Clockmaker's Time. In the mist-shrouded city of ancient Prague, where medieval spires pierced the clouds like frozen moments, Aaron Sullivan crafted timepieces that measured more than hours. While other clockmakers tracked the passing of time, he had discovered how to bend it, using sleep's timeless chambers to compress miracles into instant manifestation. His revelation came during a winter solstice, as he repaired an astronomical clock older than memory. Studying its intricate celestial gears, he noticed how the mechanisms compressed vast cosmic movements into tiny clicks of brass and gold. In that moment, he understood that consciousness itself worked the same way during sleep. Time's greatest secret, he etched into his brass notebook, is that it flows not like a river, but turns like gears, compressing eternity into moments for those who understand its mechanisms. To demonstrate this wisdom, he would gather students in his tower workshop at twilight. "Watch closely," he would say, adjusting the escapement on a peculiar chronometer. "See how these gears translate years into minutes." Sleep similarly compresses manifestation time, turning tomorrow's possibilities into today's realities. He taught them that miracle-making, like clockwork, required 3 precise elements: the perfect alignment of intention's gears, the sacred oil of surrender, and the mysterious pendulum of sleep to set everything in motion. "Most fail," he explained while winding his masterwork, "because they wait for time to deliver their dreams rather than using sleep's mechanisms to compress manifestation into now. This ancient wisdom now ticks before you. As you prepare for sleep's timeless chamber, approach your intentions like a master clockmaker adjusting eternal gears. The practice of time. Compression 1. Wind your intentions with focused energy. 2. Align your desires' precise mechanisms. 3. Oil the gears with complete surrender. 4. Allow sleep's pendulum to swing. 5. Trust the night's temporal compression. 6. Awaken to find tomorrow's miracles today. Remember, just as Aaron discovered that sleep bends time's rigid flow, your evening intentions naturally compress manifestation while you rest. In these sacred hours, consciousness becomes like perfectly meshed gears, turning future dreams into present reality. For like clockwork that captures eternity in mechanical dance, Your focused intentions compress time through sleep's mysterious mechanisms. Let each night become your sacred workshop, where dreams tick through cosmic gears until morning reveals their instant manifestation. Trust that dawn will showcase the perfect timing of your well-wound heart. Chapter 25. The Chef's Recipe. In the hidden valley temples of ancient Tibet, where sacred kitchens warmed the mountain mists, Brittany Anderson mastered recipes that nourished more than just the body. While other temple chefs prepared meals for sustenance, she had discovered how to blend ingredients that manifested miracles overnight. Her revelation came during a moonlit feast preparation, as she watched spices dancing in steaming pots. Each ingredient, she noticed, carried its own sacred energy, hope rising like yeast, determination simmering like broth, surrender melting like butter in perfect proportion. The alchemy of manifestation, she wrote in her worn recipe scroll, requires not just the right ingredients, but the perfect sequence of combining them before sleep's sacred simmering. To share this wisdom, she would gather seekers in her aromatic kitchen at sunset. "Observe," she would say, measuring precious spices in ancient scales. "Just as these herbs must be added in precise order, your evening intentions require perfect proportioning of thought, feeling, and surrender." She taught them that miracle cooking, like sacred cuisine, followed three essential principles: gathering the purest ingredients of intention, combining them with the exact timing of wisdom, and allowing sleep's gentle heat to transform them into morning's feast of manifestation. "Most fail," she explained while stirring her celestial broths, "because they toss random thoughts into sleep's cauldron rather than following the precise recipe for miraculous becoming. This ancient wisdom now simmers before you. As you prepare for sleep's transformational kitchen, approach your intentions like a master chef blending sacred ingredients. The practice of divine recipe. Following. 1. Gather your intentions' pure ingredients. 2. Measure precise portions of belief. 3. Add drops of emotional essence. 4. Stir with clockwise gratitude. 5. Simmer in sleep's gentle warmth. 6. Awaken to taste manifestation's feast. Remember, just as Brittany discovered that miracles require perfect spiritual proportions, your evening intentions naturally blend and transform while you rest. In these sacred hours, consciousness becomes like a master chef's kitchen, where dreams cook into reality through sleep's mysterious alchemy. For like recipes that turn simple ingredients into feasts, your measured intentions transform through sleep's sacred preparation. Let each night become your mystical kitchen, where dreams simmer in cosmic cauldrons until morning serves their perfect manifestation. Trust that dawn will present the delicious outcomes your well-prepared heart has cooked in sleep's sacred flames. Chapter 26. The Dancer's Flow. In the sacred temple caves of ancient India, where shadows rippled like silk veils across limestone walls, Brandon Thompson discovered the secret rhythms that moved miracles into being. While other temple dancers performed for human eyes, he had learned to dance with the invisible currents of creation itself. His revelation came during a monsoon evening, as he practiced alone in the cave's heart. Through the sound of rain, He noticed how the universe itself moved in perfect choreography. Clouds swirling in celestial spirals, stars spinning in divine patterns, even silence flowing in sacred rhythm. The dance of becoming, he carved into the cave wall, flows most gracefully when we surrender to sleep's mysterious tempo, letting our dreams waltz with cosmic forces. To share this wisdom, he would guide seekers through twilight movements in the temple courtyard. "Feel," he would whisper, his bare feet tracing ancient patterns on cool stone. "Notice how your heartbeat naturally finds rhythm with the universe's pulse. Sleep moves to this same eternal dance." He taught them that miracle manifesting, like sacred dance, required 3 flowing elements: finding your soul's natural rhythm, moving in harmony with universal forces, and allowing sleep to lead you through the cosmic choreography. "Most struggle," he explained while demonstrating a floating gesture, "because they force their way through life's dance, rather than flowing with sleep's graceful guidance into manifestation." This ancient wisdom now spirals before you. As you prepare for sleep's sacred dance floor, approach your intentions like a master dancer moving with cosmic rhythms. The practice of universal dance. 1. Still yourself to feel life's rhythm. 2. Let your breath find natural flow. 3. Allow intentions to move freely. 4. Dance with sleep's gentle lead. 5. Flow through night's sacred movements. 6. Awaken transformed by cosmic choreography. Remember, just as Brandon discovered that miracles dance into being through surrender, your evening intentions naturally flow into reality while you rest. In these sacred hours, consciousness becomes like a perfect dance partner, where dreams spiral through cosmic patterns until manifestation. For like dancers who become one with music's mystery, your yielding heart moves in harmony with sleep's sacred rhythms. Let each night become your temple stage, where dreams dance with universal forces until morning reveals their graceful manifestation. Trust that dawn will showcase the beautiful performance your well-practiced heart has danced in sleep's eternal ballroom. Chapter 27. The Mirror Maker's Reflection. In the crystalline caves beneath ancient Damascus, where polished surfaces caught and multiplied flickering lamplight, Timothy Garcia crafted mirrors that revealed more than mere appearances, while other artisans created looking glasses to reflect physical forms. He had discovered how to forge surfaces that reflected the very essence of reality itself. His revelation came during a new moon, as he polished an obsidian mirror in complete darkness. In the pure black surface, he noticed how his thoughts seemed to shimmer more clearly than any daylight reflection. Each belief he held appeared as tangible as silver, casting ripples into the material world. The mystery of manifestation, he etched into his silver-backed journal, lies not in changing outer reality, but in polishing the inner surface through which all reality reflects. To demonstrate this wisdom, he would gather seekers in his underground workshop at midnight. "Observe," he would say, holding perfectly polished mirrors at precise angles. "See how these surfaces don't merely reflect light, but multiply it. Your sleeping mind similarly amplifies whatever beliefs you show it. He taught them that miracle making, like mirror crafting, required three essential elements: smoothing away doubt's scratches, applying the silver backing of faith, and allowing sleep's darkness to enhance reflection's power. "Most fail," he explained while carefully polishing a celestial mirror, "because they try to change the world's reflection rather than polishing the surface of consciousness that projects it. This ancient wisdom now gleams before you. As you prepare for sleep's reflective chamber, approach your intentions like a master mirror maker, perfecting sacred surfaces. The practice of divine reflection. 1. Polish your mind's reflecting surface. 2. Clear away doubt's clouding film. 3. Apply belief's silver backing. 4th. Position yourself in perfect stillness. 5. Allow sleep to enhance reflection. 6. Awaken to find reality matching your polished expectations. Remember, just as Timothy discovered that mirrors multiply whatever they face, your evening thoughts naturally reflect into reality while you rest. In these sacred hours, consciousness becomes like a flawless mirror, where dreams reflect through sleep's mysterious amplification until manifestation. For like mirrors that transform single flames into infinite light, your polished intentions multiply through sleep's perfect reflection. Let each night become your sacred workshop, where dreams shine through cosmic surfaces until morning reveals their manifested brilliance. Trust that dawn will illuminate the perfect reflection your well-polished heart has created in sleep's sacred chamber. Chapter 28. The Phoenix Keeper's Rebirth. In the volcanic valleys of ancient Phoenicia, where sacred fires burned eternal in crystalline caves, Samantha Martinez tended to the mystical phoenixes that chose to make their nests in the warming depths. While other temple guardians merely watched these magical creatures, she had discovered the secret rhythm of their nightly transformation. Her revelation came during a winter solstice, as she observed her most ancient phoenix prepare its evening nest. The majestic bird didn't simply sleep. It deliberately arranged glowing embers in a precise pattern, surrendering itself completely to the flames of transformation. The mystery of renewal, she recorded in her fire-forged scrolls, lies not in avoiding the flames of change, but in willingly entering sleep's sacred pyre each night for rebirth. To share this wisdom, she would gather seekers around the phoenix nests at sunset. "Watch closely," she would whisper as golden feathers turn to ash. "Notice how the phoenix doesn't resist its dissolution? Your limiting beliefs must similarly burn away in sleep's transformative flames." She taught them that miracle manifestation, like phoenix rebirth, required three sacred elements: gathering the kindling of intention, igniting the flames of possibility, and surrendering to sleep's alchemical fire. "Most struggle," she explained while arranging crystal formations around sleeping phoenixes, "because they cling to their current form, rather than allowing sleep's sacred flames to forge them anew. This ancient wisdom now blazes before you. As you prepare for sleep's transformative chamber, approach your renewal like a phoenix entering its nightly rebirth. The practice of sacred renewal. 1. Gather what must be transformed. 2. Arrange your intentions like sacred kindling. 3. Ignite your heart's golden flame. 4. Enter sleep's transformative fire. 5. Trust in dawn's promised renewal. 6. Arise reborn from night's sacred ashes. Remember, just as Samantha discovered that phoenixes achieve immortality through nightly surrender, your evening intentions naturally transform while you rest. In these sacred hours, consciousness becomes like a phoenix's pyre, where dreams burn through limitation until morning's glorious rebirth. For like sacred birds that emerge more magnificent from their own ashes, your surrendered heart transforms through sleep's perfect alchemy. Let each night become your renewal chamber, where dreams ignite cosmic fires until morning reveals your latest resurrection. Trust that dawn will showcase the radiant being your well-surrendered heart has become in sleep's sacred flames. Chapter 29. The Bridge Builder's Connection. In the mist-shrouded valleys of ancient Macedonia, where impossible chasms separated mountain peaks reaching toward heaven, Jason Rodriguez mastered the sacred art of bridging worlds. While other engineers built paths between physical places, he had discovered how to construct bridges between reality and dreams. His revelation came during a moonlit night as he meditated upon a half-finished span across a seemingly bottomless gorge. The stone arch, incomplete yet unwavering, taught him that manifestation requires anchoring both ends, the solid ground of present reality and the distant shore of desired outcomes. The architecture of miracles he carved into his cedar blueprint scrolls depends not on forcing change, but on building stable passages for transformation to cross. To demonstrate this wisdom, he would take apprentices to stand beneath his greatest works at twilight. "Observe," he would say, pointing to massive keystones. "See how the arch's strength comes from perfect balance? Your sleeping mind similarly supports the weight of transformation through equilibrium." He taught them that miracle making, like bridge building, required 3 essential elements: establishing firm foundations in present reality, envisioning the distant shore clearly, and creating step-by-step spans between them. "Most fail," he explained while adjusting stone angles with mathematical precision, "because they focus only on their destination, forgetting to build the careful connections that make crossing possible." This ancient wisdom now spans before you. As you prepare for sleep's engineering chamber, approach your intentions like a master bridge builder creating sacred passages. The practice of manifestation architecture. 1. Survey your current foundation. 2. Sight your distant shore clearly. 3. Calculate the connecting points. 4. Build your span stone by stone. 5. Allow sleep to cement the structure. 6. Cross confidently upon awakening. Remember, just as Jason discovered that bridges require both ends to be anchored, your evening intentions naturally construct themselves while you rest. In these sacred hours, consciousness becomes like a master architect, where dreams draw precise plans until morning reveals the completed crossing. For like mighty spans that join separate peaks, Your well-designed intentions bridge present and future through sleep's perfect engineering. Let each night become your construction site, where dreams lay cosmic keystones until dawn reveals your latest connection. Trust that morning will showcase the magnificent bridge your well-planned heart has built in sleep's sacred workshop. Chapter 30. The Perfumer's Essence. In the aromatic gardens of ancient Alexandria, where sacred flowers bloomed under starlight and morning dew carried whispers of the divine, Melissa Anderson crafted fragrances that transcended mere physical sensation. While other perfumers blended scents for nobility's pleasure, she had discovered how to distill the very essence of miracles into ethereal aromas. Her revelation came during a jasmine harvest, as she noticed how the flowers released their most potent fragrance only in darkness. The blossoms taught her that consciousness, like perfume, becomes most receptive when day's distractions fade into night's sacred stillness. The alchemy of manifestation, she recorded in her oil-stained journal, lies not in forcing change, but in infusing the air of sleep with the precise essence of our desires. To share this wisdom, she would guide seekers through her moonlit gardens at dusk. Breathe deeply, she would instruct, crushing fresh herbs between her fingers. Notice how these fragrances bypass your thinking mind to touch something deeper. Your sleeping consciousness similarly absorbs the essence of intention without resistance. She taught them that miracle-making, like perfume crafting, required 3 sacred elements: gathering the finest ingredients of intention, extracting their pure essence through focused attention, and allowing sleep's darkness to amplify their transformative power. Most struggle, she explained while carefully measuring drops of precious oils, because they try to force their desires through willpower alone, rather than letting them naturally perfume the chambers of sleep. This ancient wisdom now wafts before you. As you prepare for sleep's aromatic chamber, approach your intentions like a master perfumer distilling sacred essences. The practice of sacred fragrance. 1. Gather your purest intentions. 2. Extract their essential nature. 3. Blend them with peaceful acceptance. 4. Fill your mind's evening air. 5. Let sleep deepen their influence. 6th. Awaken transformed by their essence. Remember, just as Melissa discovered that flowers release their deepest magic in darkness, your evening intentions naturally perfume consciousness while you rest. In these sacred hours, your mind becomes like a master perfumer's workshop, where dreams distill through sleep's mysterious alchemy until manifestation. For like precious essences that transform common air into sacred experience, your well-crafted intentions fragrance reality through sleep's perfect distillation. Let each night become your aromatic sanctuary, where dreams blend cosmic essences until morning reveals their manifested perfume. Trust that dawn will carry the sweet fragrance your well-distilled heart has created in sleep's sacred chamber. Part 4. The Sciences of Alignment. Chapter 31. The Mathematician's Equation. In the geometric gardens of ancient Alexandria, where sacred numbers danced in honeycomb patterns and the golden ratio spiraled through temple architecture, Mark Thompson discovered that miracles followed precise mathematical laws, while other scholars merely counted stars and measured pyramids. He had uncovered the divine equations governing manifestation itself. His revelation came while studying the Fibonacci sequence in nautilus shells at dawn. The spiraling chambers taught him that consciousness, like sacred geometry, expands exponentially when aligned with universal principles. The mathematics of miracles, he etched into marble tablets, isn't addition but multiplication. Each thought during sleep compounds until morning reveals its solution. To demonstrate this wisdom, he would guide students through his numerical gardens at sunset. "Observe," he would say, tracing sacred patterns in sand. "See how these numbers build upon themselves. Your sleeping mind similarly compounds intention through cosmic multiplication." He taught them that miracle-making, like advanced mathematics, required three essential variables: a clear initial value, intention, a multiplication factor, emotional resonance, and time and sleep's sacred equation chamber. "Most miscalculate," he explained while adjusting his bronze astrolabe, "because they think linearly, forgetting that sleep's sacred mathematics operates exponentially." This ancient wisdom now equals truth before you. As you prepare for sleep's calculation chamber, approach your intentions like a master mathematician solving cosmic equations. The practice of sacred mathematics. 1. State your base intention clearly. 2. Multiply by heartfelt resonance. 3. Factor in universal timing. 4. Let sleep solve the equation. 5. Trust the cosmic calculator. 6. Awaken to manifested solutions. Remember, just as Mark discovered that miracles follow mathematical principles, your evening intentions naturally multiply while you rest. In these sacred hours, consciousness becomes like an infinite abacus, where dreams calculate through sleep's perfect arithmetic until morning reveals the sum of transformation. For like sacred numbers that expand through divine proportion, your well-formulated intentions multiply through sleep's perfect equations. Let each night become your cosmic calculator, where dreams compute infinite possibilities until dawn reveals your latest solution. Trust that morning will display the miraculous sum your well-calculated heart has solved in sleep's sacred mathematics. Chapter 32. The Storyteller's Magic. In the torchlit caves of ancient Cappadocia, where echoes carried tales between hollow mountains and shadows danced like living characters on stone walls, Nicole Garcia mastered the sacred art of reality weaving. While other storytellers merely entertained with fables, she had discovered how to script new realities into existence through the power of nocturnal narratives. Her revelation came during a winter's night, as she sheltered in a cave temple adorned with forgotten hieroglyphs. The ancient symbols taught her that reality itself was simply a story being told by the universe, one that could be revised through conscious intention before sleep. "The art of manifestation," she wrote on papyrus scrolls, "lies not in forcing change, but in telling such compelling stories that reality has no choice but to reshape itself to match our tales." To share this wisdom, She would gather seekers around glowing embers at dusk. "Listen closely," she would whisper, her voice painting vivid scenes in their minds. "Feel how these stories bypass your doubts to touch your deepest truth." Your sleeping mind similarly accepts new narratives without resistance. She taught them that miracle-making, like masterful storytelling, required three sacred elements: a compelling opening, current reality, an engaging journey, transformation, and a satisfying conclusion, desired outcome. "Most fail," she explained while arranging story stones in meaningful patterns, "because they fill their tales with conflict and struggle, forgetting that the most powerful stories flow as naturally as a river finding the sea." This ancient wisdom now unfolds before you. As you prepare for sleep's storytelling chamber, approach your intentions like a master narrator weaving sacred tales. The practice of sacred storytelling. 1. Open from present truth. 2. Develop your transformation arc. 3. Envision your perfect ending. 4. Let sleep bring your story alive. 5. Trust the narrative's power. 6. Awaken into your new chapter. Remember, just as Nicole discovered that reality follows the most compelling story, your evening intentions naturally write themselves into existence while you rest. In these sacred hours, consciousness becomes like a master author's quill, where dreams ink cosmic revisions until morning reveals the next episode. For like ancient tales that reshape listeners' worlds, your well-crafted intentions author reality through sleep's perfect storytelling. Let each night become your sacred writing chamber, where dreams compose cosmic narratives until dawn reveals your latest chapter. Trust that morning will read the magnificent story your well-written heart has authored in sleep's sacred library. Chapter 33. The Vintner's Aging. In the ancient hillsides of Burgundy, where morning mists kissed ripening grapes and limestone caves held secrets of transformation, Robert Sullivan tended his sacred vintages. While other winemakers rushed their fermentation, he had discovered the divine mystery of patient aging, where miracles, like fine wine, required perfect timing to reach their full expression. His revelation came during an autumn harvest, when he found an overlooked amphora sealed decades earlier by his predecessor. Upon opening it, he discovered not merely wine, but liquid transcendence, proof that the universe's greatest gifts emerge through unhurried development. The alchemy of manifestation, he carved into cellar beams, mirrors the patient transformation of grape to wine, forcing ripeness yields only bitterness, while gentle time brings forth ambrosia. To share this wisdom, he would guide seekers through his torch-lit caves at twilight. "Observe," he would say, drawing samples from progressively older casks. "Notice how each year adds complexity. Your sleeping consciousness similarly deepens desires through patient refinement." He taught them that miracle-making, like wine crafting, required three sacred elements: selecting the finest ingredients of intention, creating perfect conditions for transformation, and allowing sleep's darkness to age the mixture into magnificence. "Most falter," he explained while gently turning ancient bottles, "because they demand immediate results, forgetting that the sweetest manifestations require time in sleep's aging chambers. This ancient wisdom now decants before you. As you prepare for sleep's sacred cellar, approach your intentions like a master vintner aging cosmic wines. The practice of sacred aging. 1. Select your purest intentions. 2. Create optimal conditions. 3rd, release time expectations. 4. Let sleep deepen the vintage. 5. Trust the aging process. 6. Awaken to perfect timing. Remember, just as Robert discovered that wine's glory emerges through patient aging, your evening intentions naturally mature while you rest. In these sacred hours, consciousness becomes like a master vintner's cellar, where dreams age through sleep's perfect conditions until manifestation reaches its prime. For like precious wines that transform through years of darkness, your well-chosen intentions mature through sleep's perfect timing. Let each night become your sacred cellar, where dreams age in cosmic casks until morning reveals their ripened splendor. Trust that dawn will pour forth the miraculous vintage your well-aged heart has crafted in sleep's sacred chambers. Chapter 34. The Candlemaker's Light. In the subterranean caverns beneath ancient Damascus, where shadows held sacred secrets and darkness whispered eternal truths, Elizabeth Rodriguez crafted candles unlike any others. While common chandlers merely provided light, she had discovered how to infuse wax with divine luminescence, creating flames that revealed invisible pathways through life's darkest passages. Her revelation came during a moonless night when she accidentally dropped her last candle in the deepest chamber. In that moment of complete darkness, she experienced an extraordinary truth. The darker the space, the more powerfully light manifested its guidance. The mystery of illumination, she etched into temple walls with smoke-stained fingers, lies not in banishing darkness, but in discovering how shadows themselves guide us toward our brightest possibilities. To demonstrate this wisdom, she would lead seekers through her maze-like workshop at dusk. "Watch closely," she would whisper, extinguishing candles one by one. "Notice how your other senses awaken as light dims. Your sleeping mind similarly illuminates hidden pathways when conscious light fades." She taught them that miracle-making, like candle crafting, required 3 sacred elements: the purest wax of intention, a perfectly prepared wick of receptivity, and trust that darkness itself enhanced the flame's transformative power. "Most stumble," she explained while dipping thin strands into molten wax, "because they fear the dark, forgetting that sleep's apparent void contains the very essence of miraculous light. This ancient wisdom now glows before you. As you prepare for sleep's sacred darkroom, approach your intentions like a master candlemaker infusing divine light. The practice of sacred illumination. 1. Gather your purest intentions. 2. Prepare your inner wick. 3. Welcome darkness as ally. 4. Let sleep reveal hidden paths. 5. Trust shadow's guidance. 6. Awaken to newfound light. Remember, just as Elizabeth discovered that darkness enhanced her candle's power, Your evening intentions naturally illuminate while you rest. In these sacred hours, consciousness becomes like a master flame worker's workshop, where dreams kindle through sleep's perfect darkness until morning reveals your brightened path. For like sacred candles that shine brightest in deepest shadows, your well-formed intentions radiate through sleep's perfect darkness. Let each night become your divine light works, where dreams polish cosmic lanterns until dawn reveals your illuminated way. Trust that morning will shine with the miraculous light your well-kindled heart has crafted in sleep's sacred shadows. Chapter 35. The Compass Maker's Direction. In the misty fjords of ancient Norway, where magnetic stones whispered secrets of direction and northern lights danced with cosmic wisdom, John Anderson crafted sacred compasses that pointed not just to magnetic north, but to the soul's true destiny. While other craftsmen merely made navigation tools, he had discovered how to forge instruments that aligned mortal desires with divine purpose. His revelation came during a winter solstice when the aurora borealis cast ethereal light upon his workshop. As he studied a particularly unusual lodestone, it began spinning wildly before settling with unwavering certainty toward an unexpected direction. This wasn't magnetic north. It was pointing toward his heart's deepest truth. The essence of direction, he carved into whalebone with trembling hands, lies not in following what others claim is north, but in calibrating to your own soul's polar star. To share this wisdom, he would guide seekers to his mountaintop workshop at twilight. "Observe," he would say, placing different compasses before each person. "Notice how each needle finds its own true north. Your sleeping mind similarly aligns with your authentic path when freed from daily magnetic fields." He taught them that miracle making, like compass crafting, required 3 sacred elements: a perfectly balanced needle of intention, a well-calibrated bowl of receptivity, and absolute trust in one's internal magnetic truth. "Most wander lost," he explained while carefully magnetizing delicate needles, "because they follow others' directions, forgetting that each soul has its own unique polar alignment. This ancient wisdom now points before you. As you prepare for sleep's sacred orientation, approach your intentions like a master compass maker aligning with cosmic truth. The practice of sacred direction. 1. Balance your intention needle. 2. Clear external interference. 3. Feel your soul's magnetism. 4. Let sleep reveal true north. 5. Trust your inner compass. 6. Awaken to authentic direction. Remember, just as John discovered that each compass found its unique truth, your evening intentions naturally align while you rest. In these sacred hours, consciousness becomes like a master navigator's lodestone, where dreams calibrate through sleep's perfect stillness until morning reveals your destined path. For like sacred compasses that ignore false magnetic fields to find true north, your well-set intentions orient through sleep's perfect guidance. Let each night become your divine calibration chamber, where dreams align cosmic needles until dawn reveals your soul's direction. Trust that morning will point toward the miraculous path your well-oriented heart has discovered in sleep's sacred magnetic field. Chapter 36, The Keymaker's Access. In the labyrinthine depths of ancient Alexandria, where brass shavings whispered secrets of unlocking and shadow-cast corridors held mysteries beyond count, Heather Thompson crafted keys unlike any other. While common locksmiths shaped metal to open doors, she had discovered how to forge keys that unlocked the barriers between current reality and miraculous possibility. Her revelation came during the festival of Thoth, when a blind pilgrim brought her a peculiar lock with no visible keyhole. As she meditated on its mechanism in the hours before sleep, she experienced a profound truth. The most powerful locks weren't physical at all, but the invisible barriers we place between ourselves and our desires. The mystery of access, she etched into her worn workbench, lies not in forcing mechanisms, but in crafting keys that match the precise pattern of our limitations. To demonstrate this wisdom, she would guide seekers through her torch-lit workshop as evening fell. "Watch carefully," she would say, displaying an array of partially completed keys. "Notice how each tooth must be perfectly shaped. Your sleeping mind similarly crafts precise keys to unlock your specific transformations." She taught them that miracle-making, like key crafting, required three sacred elements: identifying the exact pattern of the lock, shaping intention with perfect precision, and trusting that every barrier contained within itself the blueprint for its own opening. "Most remain stuck," she explained while delicately filing brass blanks, "because they try to force locks open, forgetting that each limitation holds the very code for its transcendence. This ancient wisdom now turns before you. As you prepare for sleep's sacred locksmith shop, approach your intentions like a master keymaker unlocking divine possibilities. The practice of sacred access. 1. Study your limitations pattern. 2. Shape your intention key. 3. Trust the unlock sequence. 4. Let sleep turn the mechanism. 5. Feel barriers dissolving. 6. Awaken to opened pathways. Remember, just as Heather discovered that each lock contained its own solution, your evening intentions naturally craft perfect keys while you rest. In these sacred hours, consciousness becomes like a master locksmith's workshop, where dreams shape skeleton keys through sleep's perfect wisdom until morning reveals your unlocked potential. For like sacred keys that open sealed chambers through precise crafting, your well-formed intentions unlock through sleep's perfect mechanisms. Let each night become your divine locksmith shop, where dreams forge cosmic keys until dawn reveals your accessed miracles. Trust that morning will open the doors your well-crafted heart has unlocked in sleep's sacred forge. Chapter 37. The Healing Sleep Meditation. In the mist-shrouded valleys of ancient Tibet, where healing vapors rose from sacred hot springs and mineral-rich waters held curative secrets, David Martinez tended a temple unlike any other. While common healers treated obvious ailments, he had discovered how to guide the body's own regenerative wisdom during the sacred hours of sleep. His revelation came during a 100-day meditation retreat. when he noticed that the temple's healing pools bubbled most vigorously at midnight. Observing the phases of recovery among those who bathed at different hours, he witnessed an extraordinary truth. The body's ability to heal increased tenfold during the deepest moments of rest. The mystery of restoration, he painted with herb-stained fingers on silk scrolls, lies not in forcing healing, but in preparing perfect conditions for the body's own medicine to flow. To share this wisdom, he would gather seekers around the steaming pools as twilight descended. "Observe the waters," he would whisper, dropping sacred herbs that changed the pool's colors. "Notice how each element finds its natural balance. Your sleeping body similarly achieves perfect harmony when given proper guidance." He taught them that healing sleep, like the sacred pools, required 3 elements: complete surrender to the process, trust in the body's wisdom, and precise preparation of the healing environment. "Most remain unwell," he explained while arranging crystals around the pool's edges, "because they resist sleep's medicine, forgetting that the body performs its deepest healing in perfect rest. This ancient wisdom now flows before you. As you prepare for sleep's sacred healing chamber, approach your rest like a master healer preparing miraculous waters. The practice of sacred healing sleep. 1. Create your healing sanctuary. 2. Release all resistance. 3. Activate cellular wisdom. 4. Let sleep repair deeply. 5. Trust nature's medicine. 6. Awaken renewed. Remember, just as David discovered that midnight waters held strongest healing power, your body naturally regenerates while you rest. In these sacred hours, your form becomes like a master healer's temple, where renewal flows through sleep's perfect alchemy until morning reveals your restored vitality. For like sacred pools that transform through night's mysterious chemistry, your well-prepared body heals through sleep's perfect medicine. Let each night become your divine restoration chamber, where dreams activate healing until dawn reveals your renewed strength. Trust that morning will shine with the miraculous wellness your well-prepared heart has cultivated in sleep's sacred waters. Chapter 38. The Abundance Sleep Affirmations. In the bustling trade ports of ancient Phoenicia, where merchant ships carried precious cargo across vast seas and markets overflowed with exotic treasures, Kimberly Garcia discovered a secret that transformed her from a humble coin counter to the wealthiest trader in the Mediterranean. While others counted their fortunes by daylight, she had learned to multiply abundance through sacred night whispers. Her revelation came during a new moon, when she found an ornate copper vessel inscribed with strange symbols. Within lay a weathered papyrus revealing the nocturnal prosperity rituals of Egyptian temple priests. That night, she spoke their ancient words before sleep, and awakened to find her warehouse mysteriously filled with rare spices from distant lands. The essence of abundance, she etched into her counting table with golden ink, flows not from daily toil, but from programming the sleeping mind with the language of prosperity. To demonstrate this wisdom, she would invite struggling merchants to her counting house at sunset. "Listen carefully," she would say, laying out different coins from her collection. "Notice how each metal rings with its own tone. Your sleeping mind similarly resonates with precisely spoken words of wealth. She taught them that abundance creation, like the flow of trade winds, required 3 sacred elements: gratitude for present fortune, unwavering belief in abundance's natural flow, and precise affirmations spoken in sleep's receptive moments. Most remain poor, she explained while arranging coins in sacred patterns, because they speak lack during waking hours, forgetting that night's whispers shape tomorrow's reality. This ancient wisdom now glitters before you. As you prepare for sleep's sacred abundance chamber, approach your affirmations like a master merchant programming cosmic prosperity. The practice of sacred abundance. 1. Speak gratitude for current wealth. 2. Align with abundance's flow. 3. Whisper prosperity truths. 4. Let sleep multiply blessings. 5. Trust wealth's natural increase. 6. Awaken to multiplied fortune. Remember, just as Kimberly discovered that night whispers attracted morning abundance, your evening affirmations naturally multiply while you rest. In these sacred hours, consciousness becomes like a master merchant's counting house, where dreams compound cosmic wealth through sleep's perfect alchemy until morning reveals your increased prosperity. For like sacred vessels that overflow with divine abundance, your well-spoken affirmations multiply through sleep's perfect commerce. Let each night become your divine treasury, where dreams accumulate cosmic riches until dawn reveals your manifested wealth. Trust that morning will shine with the golden fortune your well-programmed heart has attracted in sleep's sacred marketplace. Chapter 39. The Love-Sleep Attraction. In the rose gardens of ancient Damascus, where fragrant petals released their secrets at dusk and fountains sang love's eternal song, Sean Thompson tended a unique sanctuary. While common matchmakers arranged meetings by day, he had discovered how to weave soul connections through the dreaming hours of night. His revelation came during the festival of Venus, when he noticed how certain flowers would turn toward each other as darkness fell, their petals gradually intertwining by morning. Studying this botanical dance, he witnessed a profound truth: love's deepest magnetism activated in the surrender of sleep. The mystery of heart binding, he painted with rose ink on papyrus scrolls, lies not in seeking connection, but in becoming a perfect vessel for love's natural flow. To share this wisdom, he would gather lonely souls in his moonlit garden as evening approached. "Observe these night-blooming jasmine," he would whisper, gesturing to buds slowly unfurling. "Notice how they open without effort. Your sleeping heart similarly blossoms when properly prepared." He taught them that love attraction, like the sacred flowers, required 3 elements: clearing space within, radiating pure heart energy, and surrendering to divine timing. "Most remain alone," he explained while arranging rose quartz crystals in spiral patterns, "because they grasp too tightly at love, forgetting that hearts align most perfectly in gentle rest." This ancient wisdom now blooms before you. As you prepare for sleep's sacred love temple, approach your rest like a master heart keeper tending love's garden. The practice of sacred attraction. 1. Clear your heart's garden. 2. Plant soul connection seeds. 3. Radiate pure love energy. 4. Let sleep weave connections. 5. Trust divine timing. 6. Awaken to aligned hearts. Remember, just as Sean discovered that flowers found perfect union through night's gentle influence, your heart naturally magnetizes love while you rest. In these sacred hours, your spirit becomes like a master gardener's sanctuary, where dreams cultivate soul connections through sleep's perfect alchemy, until morning reveals your blossoming relationships. For like sacred flowers that bloom through night's mysterious grace, your well-prepared heart attracts through sleep's perfect matchmaking. Let each night become your divine garden of love, where dreams nurture soul bonds until dawn reveals your manifested connections. Trust that morning will glow with the perfect love your well-tended heart has attracted in sleep's sacred sanctuary. Chapter 40. The Success Sleep Programming. In the hidden valley of ancient Phoenicia, where desert winds carried whispers of opportunity and success bloomed like rare flowers in impossible places, Amy Rodriguez discovered extraordinary wisdom while tending the sacred success patterns of the Temple of Achievement. While others sought advancement through daylight pursuits, she had uncovered how to program victories through the sacred hours of sleep. Her revelation came when studying the temple's mysterious sand gardens, where intricate patterns would mysteriously rearrange themselves overnight, forming perfect mandalas of opportunity by morning. Observing this phenomenon through countless moons, she witnessed a profound truth. Success followed patterns that formed most powerfully during the quiet hours of rest. The way of achievement, she carved into cedar tablets with golden stylus, flows not from endless striving, but from programming the sleeping mind with success's sacred geometry. To demonstrate this wisdom, she would guide seekers through the temple's lamplit corridors at dusk. "Watch closely," she would whisper, pouring colored sand through her fingers. "See how each grain finds its perfect place? Your sleeping mind similarly arranges circumstances for victory when properly prepared." She taught them that success creation, like the temple's sand mandalas, required 3 elements: clear vision of desired outcomes, trust in natural unfolding, and precise programming before sleep's descent. "Most remain stagnant," she explained while tracing achievement patterns in sandalwood ash, "because they exhaust themselves with constant doing, forgetting that night's quiet programming shapes tomorrow's victories." This ancient wisdom now unfolds before you. As you prepare for sleep's sacred success chamber, approach your rest like a master programmer encoding cosmic achievement. The practice of sacred success. 1. Clear your achievement canvas. 2. Design victory patterns. 3. Program success codes. 4. Let sleep arrange circumstances. 5. Trust divine timing. 6. Awaken to manifested opportunities. Remember, just as Amy discovered that night hours arranged perfect success patterns, your evening programming naturally manifests while you rest. In these sacred hours, your mind becomes like a master achiever's temple, where dreams arrange perfect circumstances through sleep's divine geometry until morning reveals your destined victories. For like sacred sand mandalas that form through night's mysterious wisdom, your well-programmed intentions manifest through sleep's perfect arrangement. Let each night become your divine success temple, where dreams align cosmic forces until dawn reveals your achieved desires. Trust that morning will shine with the perfect achievements your well-prepared mind has programmed in sleep's sacred sanctuary. Part 5. The Mastery of Sleep's Miracles. Chapter 41. The Creativity Sleep Activation. In the hidden caves of ancient Cappadocia, where mineral-stained walls held the universe's first artworks and underground streams sang creation's original song, Justin Martinez discovered extraordinary wisdom while crafting sacred pigments from starlit crystals. While other artists sought inspiration in daylight visions, he had learned to download infinite creativity through the dreaming pathways of night. His revelation came during a rare celestial alignment, when he noticed how certain crystals would absorb the stars' light by day, only to release spectacular colors in darkness that had never before existed on Earth. Studying this mysterious phenomenon, he witnessed a profound truth. Creativity flowed most purely when consciousness surrendered to sleep's boundless realm. The essence of creation, he painted with star-born pigments on cave walls, emerges not from mental striving, but from becoming an empty vessel for cosmic inspiration's descent. To share this wisdom, he would gather seeking artists in his crystal cave as twilight approached. "Observe these luminous stones," he would whisper, holding up gems that pulsed with otherworldly light. "See how they release their gifts only in darkness. Your sleeping mind similarly channels pure creation when properly prepared." He taught them that creative flow, like the cave's crystalline alchemy, required 3 elements: emptying the vessel of conscious thought, aligning with universal frequency, and surrendering to the download of celestial inspiration. "Most remain blocked," he explained while arranging phosphorescent crystals in spiral patterns, "because they grasp too tightly at creativity, forgetting that innovation flows most freely through sleep's open channels." This ancient wisdom now illuminates before you. As you prepare for sleep's sacred creation chamber, approach your rest like a master artist accessing cosmic inspiration. The practice of sacred creation. 1. Empty your mind's canvas. 2. Align with cosmic frequency. 3. Open to pure inspiration. 4. Let sleep channel creativity. 5. Trust the download process. 6. Awaken to manifested innovation. Remember, just as Justin discovered that crystals channeled new colors through night's mystery, your mind naturally downloads creativity while you rest. In these sacred hours, consciousness becomes like a master artist's cave, where dreams paint with colors that have never existed until morning reveals your manifested creations. For like sacred crystals that release spectacular light through night's perfect alchemy, your well-prepared mind channels through sleep's boundless creativity. Let each night become your divine studio, where dreams access cosmic innovation until dawn reveals your downloaded inspirations. Trust that morning will glow with perfect creations your receptive spirit has channeled in sleep's sacred sanctuary. Chapter 42. The Confident Sleep Building. In the towering ziggurats of ancient Ur, where sacred steps spiraled toward heaven and shadows held wisdom in their depths, Michelle Anderson discovered extraordinary truth while tending the temple of inner light. While others sought confidence through outer acclaim, she had uncovered how to build unshakable self-assurance through sleep's transformative chamber. Her revelation came while studying the temple's mysterious floating stones, massive blocks that seemed impossibly light at night, but immovable during day. Observing this phenomenon through countless moons, she witnessed a profound truth. True confidence, like those ancient stones, found its foundation in the weightless realm of sleep. The path to unwavering strength, she carved into alabaster tablets, lies not in gathering external power, but in allowing sleep to rebuild your inner temple each night. To demonstrate this wisdom, she would guide doubting seekers to the ziggurat's highest chamber at dusk. "Touch these stones," she would whisper as their hands met the seemingly immovable blocks. "Now close your eyes and feel again." Invariably, the stones would feel lighter, teaching that resistance dissolves when consciousness softens. She taught them that confidence building, like the temple's floating stones, required three elements: releasing the weight of doubt, allowing night's wisdom to rebuild, and awakening to find new strength had formed while sleeping. "Most remain uncertain," she explained, while arranging floating crystals in ascending patterns, "because they exhaust themselves fighting doubt, forgetting that sleep naturally dissolves what conscious effort cannot move. This ancient wisdom now rises before you. As you prepare for sleep's sacred confidence chamber, approach your rest like a master temple builder." The practice of sacred confidence. 1. Release today's doubts. 2. Open to night's strengthening. 3. Allow sleep's reconstruction. 4. Trust the rebuilding process. 5. Let limiting beliefs dissolve. 6. Awaken to natural power. Remember, just as Michelle discovered that stones found their true lightness through night's mystery, your spirit naturally builds strength while you rest. In these sacred hours, your being becomes like a master temple's foundation, where dreams reconstruct inner power through sleep's perfect alchemy until morning reveals your unshakable confidence. For like sacred stones that float through night's gentle influence, your well-prepared spirit builds through sleep's perfect architecture. Let each night become your divine temple, where dreams lay foundations of certainty until dawn reveals your manifested strength. Trust that morning will shine with the perfect confidence your surrendered soul has built in sleep's sacred sanctuary. Chapter 43. The Purpose Sleep Discovery. In the mist-shrouded valleys of ancient Tibet, where sacred caves held echoes of destiny and mountain winds carried whispers of divine calling, Kevin Garcia discovered profound wisdom while tending the cavern of soul reflections. While others sought their purpose through endless seeking, he had uncovered how to unveil life's true mission through the dreamtime pathways of night. His revelation came while studying the cave's mysterious mirror pools, still waters that showed not one's physical reflection, but glimpses of soul truth that emerged only during midnight's sacred hour. Observing this phenomenon through countless moons, he witnessed a profound truth. Life purpose revealed itself most clearly when consciousness merged with sleep's infinite knowing. The path to true calling he etched into crystalline walls with light itself, opens not through desperate searching, but through allowing sleep's wisdom to illuminate what the soul already knows. To demonstrate this understanding, he would guide seeking souls to the cave's deepest chamber as dusk approached. "Gaze into these waters," he would whisper, as starlight danced on the mirror pool's surface. "Not with your eyes, but with your sleeping spirit." Those who followed his guidance would see visions of their authentic path emerging from the depths. He taught them that purpose discovery, like the cave's revealing waters, required three elements: stillness of mind, surrender to sleep's wisdom, and trust in the soul's perfect timing to unveil its truth. "Most remain lost," he explained while arranging sacred crystals around the pools, "because they search too forcefully for purpose, forgetting that destiny naturally emerges through sleep's gentle revealing. This ancient wisdom now flows before you. As you prepare for sleep's sacred purpose chamber, approach your rest like a soul truth seeker. The practice of sacred purpose 1. Still the searching mind. 2. Open to soul wisdom. 3. Allow sleep's revealing. 4. Trust divine timing. 5. Let purpose emerge. 6. Awaken to authentic path. Remember, just as Kevin discovered that mirror pools revealed soul truth through night's mystery, your being naturally aligns with purpose while you rest. In these sacred hours, your consciousness becomes like a master soul reader's cave, where dreams reflect destiny's light until morning illuminates your true path. For like sacred waters that reveal truth through night's perfect clarity, your well-prepared spirit discovers through sleep's gentle unveiling. Let each night become your divine mirror, where dreams reflect soul wisdom, until dawn reveals your manifested purpose. Trust that morning will shine with the perfect calling your receptive heart has discovered in sleep's sacred sanctuary. Chapter 44. The Protection Sleep Shields. In the crystal caverns beneath ancient Anatolia, where sacred quartz formations created impenetrable barriers of light and shadow spirits danced at the edges of consciousness, Rachel Thompson discovered extraordinary wisdom while serving as guardian of the Cave of Sacred Boundaries. While others built physical walls for protection, she had uncovered how to create untouchable energetic shields through sleep's protective embrace. Her revelation came while studying the cave's remarkable crystal formations, geometric patterns that would pulse with protective light during the deepest hours of night, creating an impenetrable field no negative force could penetrate. Observing this phenomenon through countless moons, she witnessed a profound truth. True protection manifested most powerfully when consciousness entered sleep's sacred sanctuary. The art of perfect shielding, she carved into luminous crystal faces, lies not in resistance or force, but in allowing sleep to weave its natural protective cocoon. To share this wisdom, she would guide vulnerable seekers to chambers where crystal geometries intersected. "Feel the barriers," she would whisper, as they stood between pulsing formations. "Now close your eyes and sense how they strengthen." Invariably, the protective field would intensify, teaching that sleep's natural shield surpassed any conscious defense. She taught them that protection building, like the cave's crystal geometry, required 3 elements: releasing fear's tension, activating sleep's natural shields, and maintaining boundaries through peaceful surrender. "Most remain vulnerable," she explained while arranging crystal points in protective circles, "because they exhaust themselves maintaining guards, forgetting that sleep naturally creates perfect protection. This ancient wisdom now crystallizes before you. As you prepare for sleep's sacred protection chamber, approach your rest like a master guardian. The practice of sacred shielding. 1. Release defensive tension. 2. Activate natural protection. 3. Allow shield formation. 4. Trust sleep's guardianship. 5. Maintain peaceful boundaries. 6. Awaken fully protected. Remember, just as Rachel discovered that crystals created impenetrable fields through night's mystery, your being naturally builds protection while you rest. In these sacred hours, your energy becomes like a master guardian's cave, where dreams weave protective geometries until morning reveals your unbreakable shields. For like sacred crystals that pulse with protective light through night's perfect geometry, your well-prepared spirit shields through sleep's natural defense. Let each night become your divine fortress, where dreams create barriers of light until dawn reveals your manifested protection. Trust that morning will shine with the perfect safety your surrendered soul has built in sleep's sacred sanctuary. Chapter 45. The Integration Sleep Mastery. In the hidden valley of the 7 moons, where ancient stone circles held secrets of celestial harmony and sacred pools reflected infinite wisdom, Stephen Rodriguez served as keeper of the Temple of Unified Arts. While others mastered single practices, he had discovered how to weave all sacred sleep techniques into one transformative symphony. His revelation came while studying the temple's remarkable integration chamber, an octagonal room where 7 streams flowed together to form a singular powerful current. At the chamber's heart stood the pillar of perfect unity, carved with spiraling wisdom from all traditions. Through countless cycles, he witnessed how separate practices, like tributary streams, gained tremendous power when merged through sleep's sacred alchemy. The mastery of miracles, he inscribed in flowing script upon golden leaves, comes not from perfect techniques, but from their perfect union in sleep's transformative depths. To demonstrate this profound truth, he would guide advanced practitioners to the chamber at twilight. "Watch how these 7 streams move," he would say, pointing to their separate paths. "Now observe their power when unified." As night fell, the merged waters would begin to glow with extraordinary luminescence, teaching that integration multiplied miraculous potential exponentially. He taught that complete mastery required weaving practices like a master weaver blends threads, with perfect timing, natural flow, and trust in sleep's harmonizing wisdom. Most remain fragmented, he explained while arranging sacred symbols in concentric circles, because they jump between techniques, forgetting that sleep naturally creates unity through gentle integration. This ancient wisdom now flows before you. As you prepare for sleep's sacred integration chamber, approach your rest like a master harmonizer. The practice of sacred integration. 1. Begin with gratitude's foundation. Second layer in protection's shield. Third, add intention's clear direction. 4. Weave in manifestation's power. 5. Blend with healing's gentle touch. 6. Crown with purpose's pure light. 7th seal with transformation's blessing. Remember, just as Stephen discovered that separate streams gained extraordinary power when unified, your practices naturally harmonize while you rest. In these sacred hours, your being becomes like a master alchemist's vessel, where dreams blend all wisdom into one powerful force until morning reveals your integrated mastery. For like sacred waters that merge into illuminated unity through night's perfect alchemy, your well-prepared spirit integrates through sleep's natural harmony. Let each night become your temple of unification, where dreams weave all practices into one miraculous force until dawn reveals your manifested mastery. Trust that morning will shine with the perfect integration your surrendered soul has achieved in sleep's sacred sanctuary. If you enjoyed this audiobook, I created a free ebook version for you. You can download it using the link in the pinned comment. Conclusion. When the final embers of the day fade and shadows weave their gentle cloak, sleep arrives as the most ancient of guides. It is not merely the closing of eyes nor the dimming of thought, but a sacred pilgrimage into the sanctuary where worlds are born. Each night, as the body yields to stillness, the soul steps through the hidden archway of dreams, entering chambers where time bends, where wounds are healed, and where the seeds of tomorrow quietly take root. The ancients taught that while waking life is a field of action, sleep is the garden of becoming. In its fertile darkness, every whisper of intention settles into soil richer than any earthly ground. Here doubts are dissolved, broken patterns are remade, and desires find their perfect form. In the silence of slumber, the weaver, the potter, the healer, and the dream keeper still labor unseen, ensuring that morning carries the fragrance of unseen miracles. Know this: each night you lie down, you enter a temple older than any carved by human hands. The breath slows into prayer, the heartbeat becomes a drum of renewal, and the spirit journeys where waking reason cannot follow. You are bathed in waters of restoration, wrapped in the loom of destiny, and carried upon currents that shape your hidden becoming. And so, when dawn returns with its golden light, you rise not as you were, but as one remade by night's sacred alchemy. The world greets you afresh, because you yourself have been quietly transformed. Let this truth remain with you. Sleep is not an ending, but a continual rebirth. Every night, you step into mystery. Every morning, you emerge as creation fulfilled anew. Guard this sanctuary, honor its power, and trust that in sleep, miracles are always at work.